Okay, now we're going to actually create some content on our page, and one of the easy ways to do that for students is to use tables for layout, because if you just type text and insert images on a web page, it will, let's just say it's going to insert an image. I'll find an image here, which you can get from anywhere. I'll just go to my photos here, and it's not finding any, which is odd. Here we go, it's just a bit slow. I'll find an image where something interesting that you might like. Give myself a little bit more room here. Okay, here's this 3D tic-tac-toe. It'll ask me, first of all, it's not in my published site. It's always a good idea to copy it there. Otherwise, when you publish your site, it may not publish that file onto a web server or onto your drive. So click yes, and I'm just going to call that a tic-tac-toe. So that's what it is. Toe. It's a 3D one. Can't find these anymore in the shops. Your alternative text is what you should type in what it is. Photo of a 3D tic-tac-toe toy. And that's there for people who are blind, so the screen reader will actually tell them what's on the screen. And you can actually have a long description too, which we're not going to go into. So click OK, and you'll see that image comes up. Now, one of the problems that you'll see is this image is really big, and that's because I didn't shrink that image before I brought it in. So it's from an iPhone, the image. It's huge. It is difficult to resize them. You can double click on it and you can actually change the size here. So I could make that 300 by 240, or actually it's currently linked and it'll bring it in smaller. But just showing you that it's very hard to lay out properly. See how the text here splits. You can again try and change the location. Where is it? To the left and right. I'd have to have a look where that is. But generally speaking, it's very hard to lay out text. A couple of things I should have done is I should have reduced the quality of that image before I imported it, because on a real web page that'd take way too long to load. I could click on edit here and edit that image, and let's just do that. And I don't know why it keeps asking me to do that trial thing, because I have registered it before. But anyway, it should bring up the file directly from within Dreamweaver in Photoshop, and I'm not sure why it isn't. And usually if you click on that, it should bring that up in here. It's trying now, and I should be able to resize that image. Let's just do that now because I forgot to do it earlier. And I'm going to bring that down to 10% of its size. So I'll make it about 300 by click OK. So as you can see, it's actually reduced the size. I'm just zooming in now. But you can see it's pixelated. I've actually reduced the size of it. I could also crop it if I wanted to, like that, and maybe just move it a bit, and then I could crop. If I crop that image there, that would actually be the wrong thing. It would probably cut that out. So I could. I'm just going to leave it as it is for now, and then save. Click OK. Close. Now hopefully that image now shouldn't be actually a resized image. It should be a smaller image of the site. But looking at it here, I'm not so sure. I'll click refresh. Yes. It's now a much smaller image. So that image now is not so huge on the website. It's only 133 kilobyte instead of over a megabyte. But as I said, it's very difficult to lay out using just text. I'll go back a second by Control Z. If you have a look at the split view, you can see the actual code of this is just body text, and then I've got the text typed in here and little paragraph tags, and then it's saying insert an image, and it just links to the source, and then your web browser will just load that directly where it is, and then I've got other text. So it's not too fancy. So going back to the design view, I'm going to delete all that, and we're going to do a bit of a layout. The other thing that you'll notice over here is it's a good idea to organise right from the start the way your site's going to look. So we'll do a new folder and we'll call one here IMG for images, and we'll just grab that tic-tac-toe image and we'll put it in there. So it's all of our images would then go in one folder. Okay, so let's go back here, start laying out our site. An easy way is to use tables, so you can insert table here, alright, and you select the number of rows and columns you want and the width, and here I'm just going to put 100%, so it takes up the whole page. You can either do percent or pixels. Percent it'll enlarge and shrink depending on whatever size your browser window is or your display. If you use pixels, it's very exact, and if you're doing really exact work and you want it to look right every time, often you'd just go with pixels. I'm going to go with 2 rows by 2 columns, and you can see a border thickness of 1. I'm going to do some cell padding around it so that the text doesn't go right to the edge of the cell, because it looks a little bit odd when you do that. Alright, click OK, and here we've got this table. Now, even tables are a bit annoying to lay out, and you'll see why in a minute, but I'm going to lay this sort of out how I want it. And as you can see, what I want here is a header, and I want something down the left hand side here for the links, and then I want the main body of the text to be here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine those two, so I'm going to right click and table merge cells. So now I've got the sort of layout which might serve me well for a website. Okay, and this would be where I put my heading, and this would be my links or page links. So page 1, or let's call that home for this page, page 1, page 2. Alright, now let's just spruce this up. Let's save while we're at it. Save, should regularly save, and we're going to call this index. Save. We're going to replace the current one that's over here for some reason, and then we're going to work on this. And this heading we're calling is my tutorial. So let's get that heading right. Now it's right over the left there. I'm going to center it. A lot of your controls are done here, and you should be able to change what it looks like by changing your text here. And I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it heading 1, which is a large heading, and I'm going to make it its horizontal alignment is going to be in the middle, and its vertical is default, but I'm going to make it middle as well, which means it'll always be in the middle of this cell. If I make this bigger, it'll be in the middle. It won't stay at the top or stay at the bottom. Okay, so I'm using this box here to control things. The other thing I want to do is change the colouring of it. So in this cell here, you can see I can do the background colour. I'm going to go with, well, I think I'll go with a bluey theme here. So I'm going to, you see, you can try and remember the code you've got. You can also type the number in using the hex color code, but I'm going to go with that blue there. Oh, that's way too bright. So I'm going to come down to maybe a lighter blue there. That one there, 99FF. Yep. And I'll do the same one over here. 99FF, and shrink that a bit because the text's quite small there. And this one here, I'll do a different background. I'll go with I'll go down with this one here. Okay, so I've actually created a bit of a page there. I can change the color of the text as well. Just got to remember how to do that. Now it's quite difficult to just change colours on text. You'll find that a bit difficult. You used to be able to select the colour down here, a little colour box like this, but it's been depreciated now because the actual a lot of the colour and formatting is done using cascading style sheets rather than just directly editing each text. You can, however, set some page properties here. And here you could set the default color for text using CSS or cascading style sheets. You could also do that using HTML. Some of the things you can do is have a background image that comes up behind the whole page, which would look a little odd here. And you can have default colors and sizes for links, visited links, or when you roll over it changes color. So we might do a little bit of that. So for starters, let's just change. We'll use cascading style sheets. We'll make the default for all text. We'll make it maybe a white color, a white here, and click apply, and you should see our page automatically update with that, and that will affect any text we type on the page. The background color, we don't want a background color. We're going to leave it as we've individually formatted it. We could change. Let's just have a look at what we do. There, click apply, and you can see it's put a background color behind the whole page, behind the table, which actually looks pretty good. Let's do something with our links. We haven't made any links yet, but let's make the link color a yellow, a light yellow, and when we roll over it, we'll make it an orange color, and if it's visited, we'll make it a blue, dark blue, like you commonly see there. And we don't want to underline them. Sometimes the default underlined, and we'll click apply and OK. Now currently nothing's linked. These here I'm going to center as well, and because I think I can center them horizontal center, so that looks right. I'm going to save the page again, Control S.
Pineapple's fattening.
So what I'll show you in the next video is how to quickly replicate this page to make multiple pages, how to link them together, and how to do add images and do a few other fancy things.